Hello everyone, welcome. I'm Isaac Umbras, and today we are back in what is probably going to be the final stream of Gran Turismo 3. Starting off, we got a 78 lap race around Monaco, the full length of the Monaco Grand Prix in these older F1 style cars, and it is going to be a blast from the past, and probably the present and the future as well, as we have a whole lot to do still here. But that is alright, we'll get through it. We will absolutely get through it. A little bit of a nudge there. Welcome for Shelby GT, hope you're well. Welcome to the stream. Hope all is good. Ow. I have been punted off by first place, but that is alright. Welcome, LeBrons. Yes, this is Monaco. We're basically the equivalent of Monaco. Welcome, Petra. Welcome, Jordan. Welcome, Snoop Brunch. Make sure I don't pull over Stappen here. Yes. Gotta pull off a Leclerc, win on my well, this isn't really my home track, but I mean, I do love it. I set up a Christmas tree with, oh, nice! Hope you enjoy your time with your familiar. Am I Glenmark Brownie? Honestly, pretty good, especially since Glenmark Brownie has less kind of official canon artwork and everything like that. So it is pretty good. It's pretty good. But yeah, this is gonna be technically the last race of the championship, and then we gotta go back and win the Laguna Seca race. And that'll be the last race of the entirety of our playthrough of Gran Turismo 3. Which is crazy to think about. It is genuinely crazy to think about. This is literally the last time we'll be playing Gran Turismo 3 on stream. I mean, hey, if it tastes good. That is a lot of tamales. Alright, I need to really catch up to the guy up ahead. I need to make an overtake. The thing is, it's genuinely difficult to actually get a move done, even in these older, smaller cars. Granted, it doesn't help that this guy really likes to kind of nudge me off. But there, we're in the lead now. Now I can pull a gap. Ooh. I did not need to know that. But yeah, we're currently in a fairly close fight, actually. First place. Top three aren't that far away. But I think now we can kind of begin extending the gap. It's gonna be interesting doing the full length of Monaco here. And then afterwards, I think we'll swap the vehicles, the different open wheeler, to finish up with the Laguna Seca race. Potentially either an open wheeler we win currently in this championship, or the older V6 turbo open wheeler that we have, just to make it a little bit different, because we've driven already 700 miles in the basically the 1994 Williams that we're in right now. It's basically a Williams. Hang on a sec. Once I get to a straight, I'm gonna go into like that is basically like the mid 90s Williams. It's not the right livery because they couldn't, you know, right around the trademarks and everything like that. But like the overall shape just screams Williams. Go Williams! Go Williams! But no, this is absolutely great. Loving the handling of the car here, loving the grip. You know, it's a great car for a great track. Monaco and open wheelers go together like peanut butter and jelly. It is just like the perfect combination. Granted, I say that, but like honestly, TCR cars at Monaco would put up a damn good fight, I think. And it's not like, you know, wealthy, you know, nations, city states haven't, you know, had street course races with very tight technical layouts and used more kind of mundane touring cars to make it exciting. See also Macau. Like honestly, I'd love to see them race like GT cars and like touring cars here. I think honestly, you put on a really good show, especially with the touring cars. Heck, you could probably even during the Formula E weekend, there's like a electric touring cars series in Europe. Like that would be a great like feeder series for that. You know, get more eyes on that in kind of the international series and everything. And also up rubber in a track so the cars go quicker. You know, that kind of fun stuff. Could even run the electric touring cars at night with the lights and everything on. That'd be pretty good. I'm not the biggest fan of the newest South Park. All the South Park's pretty good though. Welcome, Jaden. We need Super Formula more games. Yes. Unfortunately, that one's kind of a bit more obscure because it is kind of more of like it's basically Japanese IndyCar. It's the best way to describe it. But yes, we do need Formula. We do need Super Formula in more games. They've got great cars to race in. Like I always enjoy driving them in like the Gran Turismo games and everything. And I've even gotten a chance to test drive them in iRacing, and like honestly, they're pretty great. I like them a lot. Like honestly, like we need more kind of like variety in like the open world racing scene and everything like that in the sim racing stuff. But yeah, this is really cool. Oh, okay. Ow. That was not a good run through that corner. That was absolutely not a good run. Honestly, the tires are holding up pretty good. Like we're already 6 laps in. Tires are mostly okay. Like I'm expecting us to probably last till I want to say probably like lap 8, lap 9. The rears are starting to go a little bit more than the fronts, which makes sense due to the sheer amount of low speed, high acceleration zones. Oh, that's cool. They got Deadpool. I wonder who they're gonna have voicing him, given the fact that, you know, Deadpool is kind of like one of the iconic ones for his, you know, wacky voice line, wacky, you know, antics and everything. I wonder who they're gonna get the voice in. That'd be pretty cool if they got like Ryan Reynolds again. Like I don't play Rivals again until Ghost Rider gets. Oh, Ghost Rider. Okay, unironically, I like Ghost Rider. Like, yes, it is Edgelord McEdge, but I don't care. Like, it does it in like a charming way, and I genuinely like Ghost Rider. I even like, I know this is a hot take, I actually kind of still like the Nick Cage Ghost Rider movie. It's honestly not terrible. It's not my favorite Nick Cage movie, that actually goes to Lord of War. But, it's not bad. Exactly, fire is cool. Johnny Blaze, yes! Base. Absolutely base. Getting... I wonder how he's gonna, like, how they're gonna factor in the motorcycle as well. It's like the Marvel Rivals arenas, while they're a bit more open, like, I don't think a motorcycle would probably work all that well. I don't know. They'll find a way to make it work. They'll find a way to make it work. But yes, holy moly. Great grip through here. Through the marina section, past the swimming pool. Back just a few blocks inwards, inland. Just out of curiosity, what even is the pole at Monaco? Like, I doubt we're even, in these older open wheel cars, I doubt we're anywhere close to a pole style lap. Another person I would expect to play Johnny Blaze other than Nick Cage would be Jason Momoa. Maybe. I know. I don't know. I think honestly, Keanu Reeves could make a pretty solid Johnny Blaze. Add to it Keanu's, you know, IRL connection to motorcycles. He even has a controlling share of his own motorcycle. Is that either his own motorcycle company or at least a motorcycle company of Arch? I think honestly, Keanu Reeves could make a pretty solid Johnny Blaze, honestly. I don't know, like just between like the IRL, you know, voice, you know, actor having like the deep connection to the motorcycles and everything like that, to, you know, being able to kind of pull off like the serious, you know, almost slightly edgy, but like in a charming, not cringe way type of character, and being able to go from, you know, the kind of barely contained growl to full on like screaming, honestly very impressive. I think he could do Johnny Blaze very, very well. Like, if they ever try to make another Ghost Rider movie, I think Keanu would probably be a very good choice for Johnny Blaze. And having the aura form 24/7. Yes, exactly. Yoom. Oh, there we go. Nice drink of water. Drink of water. And back out onto the track. Let's roll. First pit stop done. And he's probably the only person that could have probably matched Nick Cage aura. Yeah, that is true as well. Honestly, also, I do highly recommend. I know Nick Cage sometimes gets memed on, but genuinely, Lord of War, I highly recommend you guys watch that. It is probably one of my favorite Nick Cage movies, and it gets overlooked quite a bit. But it's genuinely a very, very well made movie. I quite like it. I quite like it a lot. I absolutely love this track though. Like, it has a really good flow to it. Like, I absolutely love the feeling of going around here. That's a downside though, is because it's more so like licensed almost exclusively to F1. Getting the rights to like the actual Monaco track is so difficult, which means that it's difficult to actually like drive in anything that's not an F1 game nowadays. That is a shame, because this is genuinely pleasant. Hold on, is that a frog? I mean, look, everyone loves frogs. Frogs are adorable. Ow. Okay, I clipped the wall there. That's a little bit of pain. But we're moving. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Honestly, it's impressive the fact that they put on like the real like Monaco Grand Prix length of the final event. It is great. And in Gran Turismo 4, every one of the Formula Gran Turismo races is the length of a full F1 Grand Prix of either the IRL number of laps if they do race there, like at Suzuka and Monaco, or a Grand Prix race distance, which is usually around like 300 kilometers or thereabouts, which is in the vast majority of the other tracks, which is really cool, honestly. The fact that they did it mostly on like the real world circuits as well, like it's a toss-up between which one has the best Formula Gran Turismo series: Gran Turismo 3, Gran Turismo 4, or Gran Turismo 5. Because 5 has more of like the real tracks they race at, with Monza, and the Nürburgring GP circuit and everything like that. 4 has like the full race distances and just more real world open wheel racing tracks, primarily like IndyCar and stuff. But 3, you get the most variety in like the open wheel cars, because you have the F series cars here. It's tough. It is tough to pick. It is tough to pick. It is tough to choose. But I will say, holy moly, is this thing fast. This is a beautiful machine. And it is just absolutely amazing. Just through all the corners. Like it just holds so well. Lots of downforce, lots of grip. Honestly, granted, I probably need to save up a decent amount, but I would love to go to an F1 Grand Prix sometime in my life. That would be really fun. I think honestly, the cheapest one for me would actually, and the closest one would be probably the Canadian Grand Prix. That would be pretty cool to go to as well, Montreal and everything. And again, I wouldn't mind going to like Miami, or even like heading out west to like Circuit of the Americas. Like, honestly, like, they produce some decent races. One thing I would love is for IndyCar to use the Miami Autodrome sometime kind of like in the earlier season. Once football is kind of over with and everything, they got a gap. About to know GTA Liberty for plate mods? What? From out of nowhere? I'm not familiar with anything with regards to the mods. What is that? That one I'm not familiar with. What is the Liberty City plates mod? Does that allow you to have like custom license plates in GTA 4? Is that what that does? If so, that's pretty cool. There we go. Getting past some of the back markers. Nice, nice. To the hotel yet again. Ow, hi. Alright, they're being a little bit silly. That's fine. We can get past them. There we go. Boop. Nice. And there we go. Extend the gap. It's a mod which adds random text. Oh, okay. And so instead of them saying Liberty City or whatever, it just adds like the kind of like the randomized license plate, so the vehicles are more kind of like unique and everything. That's pretty cool, actually. That's actually really cool. How did I know about that? That's a pretty cool mod, all things considered. Helps make the world feel a little bit more alive. Come on, nice and smooth through here. There we go, there we go. Very nice. Very, very nice. Blood Wolf, welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Right now we're totally doing the not Monaco Grand Prix. But it's pretty much in Monaco. Côte d'Azur. The last time we get to drive this track in the game. And it is a lovely track as well. Tight, technical, twisty, lots of elevation change. See, not sure that. Yeah, that'd be pretty interesting to see how they implement that. But right now we're heading up to probably just under a quarter of the way there. So we're making our moves. We're putting the laps in. But holy moly, yeah, this is gonna be a fairly long one, I think. That's some good news for Jaden if he's still there. He might still be there. Jaden, are you still there? What is the good news? He might come back and see it. Oh gosh. Okay, rear is getting just a little bit twitchy. But that's alright. That is more than okay. Please do not Punterino me. Parasol on a team should design. Ooh, very nice. Very, very cool. Yeah, she's doing good with like all the art and stuff like that. She's made a lot of good designs there. So GG to her. Also, I think it was her birthday recently, so happy belated birthday to her as well. I think. Do not quote me on that. Oh my gosh, this entire like past couple months have been a blur. I have been like running myself ragged between work and everything else. But I'm vibing now. End of December. Okay, yeah, so it was somewhat recently. So within the past week. I'm like, I thought I remember that. I've been going crazy. I've been going crazy. But yeah, we're vibing. We are absolutely vibing. This is some good stuff. Alright, we're gonna be pitting this lap. Second pit stop of the night. This would be a good one to... This would be a good time to pit, as we'll probably come out in mostly clear air. We will have one back marker getting the lap back, but no more than one. Into the pits. And back out into clear air. The speed. Holy moly, though, this thing is an absolute blast. The sheer amount of traction and everything. It is so good. The grip. Alright, we're catching up. We'll be catching up to some back markers again. We got this. We got this, chat. Holy moly. Alright, we'll be on them. We'll be on them very soon. Hi there, buddy. Alright, there we go. Up on the inside. Saturday, last VC round of celebrations for longer. Yeah. Well, you'll get your wish because we will see. Well, it is going to be 4 hours instead of the 2.4. I still got to get the vehicle set up for that. But yeah, it's going to be great. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting for sure. Honestly, I prefer, like, instead of having a championship season, I think we might get better participation from, like, at the end of a regular season. So it should be up by now, right? That's a good question. I currently cannot check. Maybe? That is a maybe. But I have not gotten a chance to check. If it is up tonight, after the stream, I'm gonna be practicing and getting the car set up. I'm fairly familiar with Watkins, so I'm not super worried about that. Especially because I believe it's going to be dry. But, oh, you checking? Okay, thank you so much. Yes, please. Can you? Thank you so much, dude. The battery in my wife's car died, so I got home. I got out with my dad, and we had to run to the store, get a new one, get that all changed over. And so I have been like kind of running myself ragged a little bit. Just so many things happening. Still Coda. All right, I'll send a DM, or I'll put a message in the chat tomorrow morning on the server to ask them to switch it over. That'll probably be good. So then I got Tuesday, Wednesday, probably some of Thursday, and Friday. So that's still plenty of time to practice for Watkins, I think. So I've gotten to the point where now I'm kind of mostly familiarize myself with a lot of the ACC tracks. So for endurance races, I can mostly get up to speed without too much issue, and put up a good solid fight. Honestly, the hardest one so far has been Silverstone, but that's just because of just getting used to driving in the flooded conditions. It's so hard to set up a vehicle for flooded conditions. You gotta really like make it a bit wonky. But we put up the fight though. We put up the fights. Managed to get pole position and a win in the GT4 class that race. Just finished the base setup. So once the server is up, with the BOP and the actual temperatures and everything. I don't know. Coda's one where it's so temperature dependent, because hotter temperatures you want to then really conserve the front outside tire, which requires changing so much. Because you do not want blistering in an endurance race. In a sprint race, you can kind of deal with it, you know, because you'll be changing tires every, like, you know, every 30 minutes, what have you. If you get blistering, you can deal with it, and it'll just be part of, you know, the drive. Yeah, because it's naturally aspirated. The turbo car is a little bit less sensitive to temps. The naturally aspirated car is a little bit more, because we're running pretty much based off of the air density. That's the power we make. And because the Merc is mostly dependent on the engine performance as well. Yeah, it is one of the big weaknesses of the Merc. Is in high temperatures, it does have to struggle a little bit, and you lose a little bit of that oomph. But for the most part, I still genuinely like it, because I can adapt for the most part, and I can still win through like strategy and all that stuff. Alright, we're about a third of the way through the race. Actually, at the end of this lap, we will be a third of the way through the race. So we are putting on a show. So 35, 70, 105. So that'll be an hour and 45 minutes, basically. Our fastest stints, or our early morning, late evening stints. Yeah. Those. Well, I mean, that's when the temperature is kind of at its lowest. So pretty much every vehicle is going to be quicker. Like if you look at the 24 hours of Daytona, especially, or the 24 hours of Le Mans, they call that like happy hour, because that's when the cars start really putting in like some of the fastest laps. The track is, you know, at good grip. It's been rubbered in. Cars are, you know, getting that cool, crisp night air. It's nice. It's nice. Look at the fastest lap for 12 bucks. Nice. Honestly, one thing I'd like for track to do is just for like one race after like the championships and everything during the off season, do like a single 4 or even 6 hour enduro. I think that would be better than having the championship. A little bit less a little bit less commitment, but a better race, I think. Oh dang, that's a really good time. Fastest I've ever done at Bathurst is like 202. Who had set that lap? Was that Quants? Cranky, okay. I don't think I've interacted with Cranky much. Still, that is some good pace. Racing race with rip. That's probably why I haven't interacted with him. Felipe's gonna be Vanessa Watkins. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just there for a good time. If I can get, as long as I can get a clean race and everything like that, maybe get some good battles, I'll be happy. Just with everything going on and just the being in the holiday season, it's been very hectic. Like very hectic. Like holy moly. It has been genuinely crazy. I've been having fun though. I've been vibing. Alright, one more lap, then we're pitting for the third time. Absolutely putting the hurting on these. When these lap after lap, they're just, you know, melting away. Like, I'm vibing. Like, I didn't even think I'd been racing for 40 minutes. Yet here I am. It is... That's the thing. Like, young Isaac could maybe last like 30 minutes before starting to get bored and everything like that. But, like, now I just enjoy it. You just get into a rhythm. And you get to the point where you're like, you just kind of, you know... You went to that, like, that state of zen. And I like it a lot. It's just a lot of fun. Thinking if ACC opens mod and the T6 gets filled. Yeah. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. I know to start of next year, I'm probably gonna be doing a good mix of ACC and iRacing stuff. So iRacing may end up doing kind of being more of my slow car fast kind of sim, whereas ACC is my general kind of GT sim. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I know some of my teammates want to do some of like the specialized enduros there too. Ooh. Oh hey, we still haven't lapped everyone yet. Just thinking to race one ASM2. Yeah, I'm not really racing much in ASM2. I probably should. Oh shoot, hang on a second. I'm sorry. Someone messaged me. I apologize. I apologize. And ACC and Patrimeter race, and even though it's fun. Yeah. It's a shame. It seems like it could have been a great game. It had everything there that we wanted, and then it just poor quality control. A bit unfortunate with that. But yeah, hopefully there's something that can kind of scratch the historic racing itch. Which what they're getting in GT 500 cars. I know, something that like most of the Sims couldn't get. Like holy moly. Oh, alright. Come on. Up through here. Oh, hey. All the time you have to leave the space. All the time you have to leave the space. This will be the only game with the, Gran Turismo basically because the Super GT series doesn't give data. Yeah, I know, which is unfortunate. The best they can do is close approximations. That was a very stupid dive by me. Ow, hi. You know, I kind of deserve that a little bit. I will fully admit. Then you deserve that little love tap as well. Yeah. But yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. It's a bit unfortunate that it's you know, the GT 500 license is kind of wasted on that because like those cars are also just really fun. They're basically GT, like the basic prototypes disguised as GT cars, and it's just unfortunate. So wondering who won the golf 12 hours. They haven't posted results yet. Wasn't the golf 12 hours last weekend? Ow. Oh, it's this weekend. It's this weekend, okay. Oh yeah, so last weekend, yeah. Have they not finalized? Have they not finalized stuff yet? Oh, you just missed the whole race. Okay. So I thought I saw it posted who won. I don't know, like I said, I've been so busy right now. I've not getting a chance to really watch a whole lot of stuff recently. That is a little bit unfortunate as well. Yeah, no, that makes sense. You know, it's winter time. We're all crazy busy. I still didn't wrap my Christmas gifts yet. I need to do that. There's so much I need to do. But yeah, it's gonna be great. We're gonna be vibing. Don't you worry, chat. Don't you worry, chat. We'll be okay. We will be okay. Come on, come on. Holy moly, holy moly. We're getting close to lap 40. Could you imagine if someone was like, screw it, let's import all the track and cars from ACC to GT Open? What is GT Open? I'm having a slight mind blank there. Oh wait, is that the GT Open class that they run in some of those, like the golf races and everything like that, the 24-hour series races? Oh, yeah, okay. So those kind of custom vehicles and everything. That'd be interesting for sure. The issue with that is it's hard to balance them. Like, those are basically just to say, hey, I have a car and I did an endurance race. But, yeah. But yeah, this is good. I don't know. I just there's so much more they could do with ACC, and I'm just a little bit disappointed that they kind of cut support, because like they could still get more, you know, more money out of that. Like there was so much more they could keep adding. It's not like SRO is in a massive world-spanning series that continuously adds more and more content itself IRL. Like, you would have a massive track list. from like every corner of the globe. Like, that'd be great. You could almost compete directly with iRacing in terms of sheer amount of content. Oh yeah, no, don't add the prototypes. Well, I don't think the prototypes race in SRO. Like, I think those types of vehicles aren't like SRO homologated. And also, I'm not sure if ACC would really work with prototypes. GT3 is already a little bit on the bouncy side. Yeah. And then the GT Winners Series as well, which I think is like a lot like the Middle Eastern states and everything. Like, that would be kind of cool. Hi, kitty. I have the cat with me. The kitty has joined us. The cat has joined us. Hi there, kitty. Such a sweet little bean. Such a sweet little bean. Yeah, she's right now, she's just kind of resting at my feet. So I gotta make sure to kind of be a little bit careful there. I'll suspension mount we have. Yeah, those prototypes will turn into space weapons. Yeah, exactly. They wouldn't work that well. Like, it works well enough for GT cars and everything, but prototypes would be an absolute pain. Hi, kitty. The cat is now on my lap. She is making sweet bee noises. Ooh, big stretch. You gonna head back down? Yeah, okay, she head back down. She basically stopped by to say hi. She wanted to say hi to the people. And now she's heading back upstairs. Bye, kitty. ACC benefit from TCR. Yes! Holy moly, TCRs would be so good in ACC. The downside is TCR isn't SRO. It's some other licensing rights holder and operator and everything. But my gosh, I love TCR cars. I love driving front-wheel drive sport compacts. Like, it is so good. TC America is also part of GT America as a sport series. Yeah, that's the TCX cars. That's the TCX cars. So you can get front-wheel drive cars there with the Toyota Corolla and the Hyundai, the Veloster, I think it is. Hyundai Veloster, Hyundai Elantra N. But those aren't full TCR cars. Those are just standard TC cars, or TCX cars. But yes, technically yes. That works as well. So you can get front-wheel drive. You can still get front-wheel drive touring cars in a set of course. But yeah, it is crazy. It used to. But BMW is kind of exclusively focused on the M2. As Mini is also owned by BMW, and so it didn't make sense for them to run both vehicles. Yeah, it didn't make sense for BMW to run both vehicles. So BMW decided to focus their efforts on the M2 racing program. Which, I mean, I'm fine with. I love my M2, the little M2 CS. Such a great vehicle. It just feels so good to drive. It's great that it's in more than just ACC as well now too. Ow. Same way we don't see the Chevrolet LMDH because of Cadillac. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make sense to have multiple brands under the same company all kind of fighting against each other. It seems like a little bit of a waste of resources. Plus, also the BMW being the more premium brand, if they end up losing to a Mini, like that's not good. That's not good juju, you know. You know, the Volkswagen group was like, yes. Kind of, but I mean, at least their vehicles, especially in GT3, have a decent amount of, like, the niches. Audi and Lamborghini, yeah, a little bit of overlap, but, like, back when I had the Bentley as well, like, you had Bentley being, like, the front engine, you know, front engine rear-wheel drive kind of Gran Turismo style vehicle. You had the Porsche being super lightweight, rear engine, rear-wheel drive. Then you had the Audi Lamborghini duo. They were kind of like the balanced mid-engine rear-wheel drive vehicles that all kind of catered to different customers. So they weren't really like cannibalizing. They weren't really like cannibalizing each other in terms of what they could and couldn't, like, you know, who they sold to and everything. Because if you like driving, you know, rear-engine cars, well, then the Porsche's for you. If you like driving front-engine cars and you only have the Porsche, you're not going to buy anything. But you might buy a Bentley, so they offer that. If you don't like either of those, for kind of like the standard mid-engine cars, well, you got two different options there. So honestly, it's not too bad. Bye-bye. Let's get past you a bit. Oh wait, this is a lap. This is second place. I have lapped everyone. Speaking of lapping, your thoughts on Terraria going from twin turbo V8, not the V10. Honestly, I mean, it makes sense. You know, the era of the turbocharger is upon us. It's one of those things where it's the same thing with the Mercedes eventually going to the twin turbo V8 as well. It's kind of the inevitable evolution of GT racing and everything like that. And I mean that V10, just like the V8 and the old Mercedes, or the current Mercedes, is very old. It was due for a refresh. And I mean, from what I've heard of it, it doesn't sound bad. Like, it still sounds great, you know? Like, there's definitely worse sounding vehicles out there for sure. So I like it. I like it. I want to know how it handles as well. For the Rogue Gran Turismo does have, yeah, which is a lot of power. Like that is genuinely a terrifying amount. Like that is Bugatti Veyron amount. Like that is something that was like hypercar territory. Hypercar territory, you know, only like a decade or so ago. Now it is like the standard supercar territory. It's crazy. It is genuinely crazy. Yeah, it is a little bit sad losing the V10 scream, but I mean, that engine was getting very old. So, I mean, it makes sense. Is it unfortunate? Yes. But was it inevitable? Also, yes. But yeah, holy moly. We are rapidly approaching lap 50. Then we won't have too many laps left. Like, we only just now have barely over 30 laps. We just passed the hour mark. So this has been great. Great racing, great driving. I honestly think cutting 6 versus 9 was 2300. Yeah, like that's like that seems almost like made up by a child. Like what kind of, like, you know, the drawing, like the fictional car. How much horsepower does it have? 1,000,000 bajillion trillion horsepower. Okay, buddy, sure. And now you see manufacturers are like, hey, we have a car with 1,000,000 bajillion trillion horsepower, and you're like, yeah, I guess it is possible. What the heck? Sure. Like it's just genuinely crazy with like just like the exponential increase in power and horsepower over like just the past decade has been like honestly crazy to think about. To the point where like we see cars with 1,000 horsepower now getting released and we're like, yeah, that's cool. Like the Bugatti Veyron, you know, two decades ago, needed 4 turbochargers, a W16 engine, just a massive chungus amount of weight, basically sacrificing everything for straight line speed to get that amount of power. And that nowadays cars are like, yeah, it makes over 1,000 horsepower. Yeah, it's still very, very quick in the corners. Yeah, it produces more downforce than the hand of God and still reaches over 250 miles an hour. Okay. Like that is genuinely impressive. I think around the beginning of the 90s, you had a 60 horsepower car, people had lost their minds. Yeah, like the McLaren F1. The McLaren F1 was like just over 600 horsepower. The Dodge Viper was in the 400 horsepower range out of a V10. Like that's, you know, people thought that was like a big jump, especially compared to like the 80s. And now it's like, it's crazy. It's genuinely crazy. Like holy cow. Like how do you wrap your mind around that? Some new Urus have like 300, over 300, I think. The GR Urus, it's got like 320, I think, in the States. Something crazy like that. Out of a 3-cylinder. Meanwhile, yeah, like, you know, the during the 90s, the Japanese cars, you know, inline sixes and everything, with turbochargers, granted, they were, you know, underrated, you know, compared to the amount of power they actually made. But they were still around just over 300 horsepower. And that's an eco car. I know. If I had a garage, I would absolutely get one. Like it is the perfect sporty car for someone who wants to still remain incognito. Who kind of has to remain incognito for their job and everything. Granted, it does use premium. It does use premium gas, so you gotta be a little bit. You gotta factor that in as well with regards to cost ownership. But still, it's not bad. Oh, a little bit of a nudge in the wall there. Whoa. Kitty, the kitty is loafing. I see the loaf cat. That is a good loaf of cat there. What happened if you get Enzo Ferrucci this time? What would they think? On one hand, they'd probably be a little bit upset about the especially Enzo would probably be a little bit crazy about the hybridization. I imagine he probably wouldn't like electrification too much. I don't know. He seems like the kind of guy that was very traditionalist in the way he made his supercars and everything like that. But still. I still think, like, if you showed them the performance numbers and everything like that, and, like, what all, you know, was done to these vehicles, they'd be like, damn, son, okay. I'm not sure how Ferruccio would feel about his company changing hands so much before ending up in the hands of the Volkswagen. Or making SUVs. I don't know, he might like the LM002. I'm not a big SUV fan, but I will fully admit I would absolutely rock the shit out of an LM002. A Rambo Lambo. Christian, on the other hand, I think would be interested to see who's like the inventor kind of guy. A little bit, yeah. I still think he'd be a little bit upset to see, you know, his badge slapped on what is essentially mostly an Audi SUV with the Umbras, but yeah, that's stuff I think he'd like. Replay save complete. Yep. And lap 50, we are pitting in this lap. Alright, let's move. Enzo is the so cool old school values type of guy. I think you were like, yeah. He would absolutely go crazy for seeing a Tesla. What is this? Especially the Cybertruck. I think if you showed either of them the Cybertruck, they would literally die. I think they would literally die if you showed them a Cybertruck. Like, I don't hate the Cybertruck, but like, I feel like it needs someone to slowly break up the silhouette. Or like, if you rounded out the roof, kept everything else the same, but rounded out the roof, it would look better. With the state of the F1 team. I mean, he's, yeah, a little bit, yeah, but like, they've had some decent performances. It's just the management side of things. Really? Although losing to an energy drink company would probably set him off a little bit. Alright, we are now back on the open road. Alright, come on. So I get it around the hairpins. Alright, we are moving. Oh gosh, okay. A little bit rough there. A little bit rougher on those corners, but we are moving again. Yeah. Alright, what's the next car we're gonna be lapping? What's that? Such a getting too much bullying. I don't know. Like honestly, I think the trapezoidal roof is what makes it kind of ugly in my opinion. Like you round off that roof, I think it would look a lot better. I got it, yeah, but it's not gonna work. I think. What is the idea? What is the idea? What is your thought process? What is your idea? What is your plan? Oh, he had an issue. DM party through Discord, or as Hero and Quant are interested. I don't think I can get any more players. I'd be interested partially, but I'm already kind of in a rotation of both DMing and also being like in a party. So I probably would not be able to do that. I think the desire is there, but it might be worth testing the waters a little bit. There we go. Absolutely moving. Oh, that was too deep into there. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm the same time zone as Carol, but just with work and me already doing the stuff and everything like that, it'd be a little bit tough. So I am blessed to have all the people in my D&D group be in the same time zone, which does help things a little bit. We just basically Friday night's D&D night. Nothing else is getting in the way of that. Freezing in Pennsylvania, I saw -8 degrees. Yeah, here in Maryland, it's currently -4. We recently got a nor'easter, basically a big, cold, wet front of weather that came through. We got snow. We got 3 inches of snow here. Roads are still partially frozen over in spots. But yeah, it has been crazy. It has been absolutely crazy. The wind chill as well. It's been very windy, very wet, very just cold. I mean, it's very pretty. Like I got the Christmas lights around like the bushes in front of my house and everything like that. And like it's genuinely looks pretty with like the snow on the bushes with the lights on as well, kind of like shining through the snow. Like it's something out of a postcard, you know. But holy moly, as someone who already has issues thermoregulating because I literally don't have a thyroid anymore and it's difficult for me to metabolize and like generate body heat. Holy moly, I do not like cold weather. It's pretty. I love the aesthetic. I love like the look of winter. I love curling up in a blanket and having like hot tea and like a nice warm meal and everything. But I do not like having to be outside in the winter. That is absolute pain. That is genuine. That is genuine hell. Heat isn't as bad. Heat isn't as bad. Because one, I kind of know how to like, I can still sweat and everything like that. So that like does like a lot of the cooling for me and everything like that. And also just because I am kind of more on the leaner side, I get rid of it. I get rid of heat pretty easily. But it's difficult for me to like generate my own body heat, which makes winter very painful. In summertime, I can manage, you know, 40, late high 30s, low 40s C temperatures without too much issue. And it does get up there a decent amount in Maryland. Most of the upper 30s and the low 40s, but occasionally we'll get into the low 40s. But yeah, for the most part, I handle heat better than I do cold. Nice and smooth through here. Nice and smooth. Oh gosh, we still got the Laguna race to do. We got 20 laps left here. It's about 30 minutes. And then we got the Laguna race to do. Alright. That's gonna be a little bit tough, but we got this. We got this. I forgot just how long the Monaco race is, being pretty close to 2 hours with all the pit stops and everything once it's all said and done. But it is a blast. Oh, there they go. They're going into the pits. They're going into the pits. This thing is beautiful. The speed, the maneuverability, the handling, all of that. Come on. No major issues here. There we go, perfect. Nice. Just absolutely loving the car, loving the track. Like it's so grippy as well. Alright, one more lap. And then we pit for the second to last time. And we only have 18 laps to go. We're making our way through this. Go. Making our way through all the tight hairpins. Perfect. Alright, come on. Pit stop time. Let's go. Beautiful, beautiful. Into the pits. Put the more water in. I think before we do the last race, I'm going to refill my water though. As I am almost out of water. So yeah, that'll be finish this race, get all the championship bonuses and everything, refill water, and then Laguna. This will be fine. This will be more than fine. It is crazy just how you get into a rhythm. Like almost an hour and a half has passed, and like I'm just chilling. Like it's crazy to think like young Isaac used to think like an hour in a race was like super long and everything, and now like I think like an hour in a race is like a fairly short sprint. I'm still kind of exhausted when I'm doing it on the wheel and pedals and everything because I'm absolutely pushing it to like 100% and then some. But holy moly. No, like here it's great. Through the tunnel. Gosh, 820 miles in this vehicle since it got an oil change. That's crazy just how long, like in terms of mileage, this championship is. We didn't even do the Laguna Seca race. We had to skip that one. That is genuinely crazy. laps are pretty consistent. We're steadily approaching our last pit stop of this race. And then we have 8 more laps to go. Oh, holy moly. This is genuinely crazy. There we go. Nothing major there. They take a very weird line through that section. Like, they kind of like weave back and forth, I noticed. Which causes them to lose a massive amount of time and wear out the tires prematurely. Oh, that's a mistake on their part. But we'll get by them. There we go. Alright, we got another vehicle up ahead. Oh, Lotus F1 car, I think. Really? Getting absolutely punted by that teal car. Man, we are rapidly closing in on finishing the championship. Then we'll use whatever car we win, get the and finish the Laguna Seca race as well, because that's all we have left after this. I'm excited. We've done a lot. Go, good stuff. There we go. Great, 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 great. Not too much further to the final pit stop. Not too much further to just 10 laps to go. Just absolutely shredding through these Mediterranean streets here. There we go. I'm excited though. I wonder what vehicle we'll get. But still, even if the game counts it as 100%, I am not gonna count it as 100% until we get every single race golded. So we got a little bit of work to do. We got a little bit of work to do. very good laps. Welcome, Mark. You're always in chat. Just managed to beat GT Council last week. Oh, cool. Very nice. Yeah, we are very close to beating Gran Turismo 3. Right now, we have pretty much the last race of the championship. Then we're going to go back and win the Laguna Seca race for the Formula Gran Turismo Championship. It's gonna be good. Then we will have 100%ed Gran Turismo 3. We're rapidly approaching our final pit stop of this race, lap 70. Racing through the Monaco Marina, past the swimming pool section. You can even see the diving board to the right. Very nice, very nice. Oh, there's a big gaggle of cars heading through the tunnel now. Alright, come on. Nice. Very, very nice. Seven. There we go, that's good stuff. That is very good. Come on. No issues here. Next lap. Next lap we're going to be pitting. And an 8-lap sprint to the finish line. The best lap. What is the best lap? 1:17.582. Welcome, Gabriel Yellow. Hope you're well. Oh, 69. Yes, the nice lap. Yes, 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 yes. We were on lap 69. Base 69. Alright, we're gonna be pitting this lap. And big push to the finish. Then we'll get whatever new vehicle we get. And then Laguna Seca, here we come. Going from the very pristine streets of Monaco to the deserts, dunes and twists of Laguna. Oh yeah, the rears are definitely going. Though I still absolutely love Laguna. Oh, there we go. There we go, out onto the track. No worries, no problems. Nice. Very, very nice. Just super smooth through these turns, keeping it going. Ow. Just a little tap on the wall. Not gonna have too much issues here. We're gonna be more than fine. We're gonna be more than fine. I think. Yeah, we'll be fine. Just absolutely putting the rubber down, putting the pedal down. It's gonna Los Angeles up because of wheel. Yeah, I know. Thankfully, no engine damage in this game, which is nice. But yeah, holy moly. Thankfully, the next game will rectify this and allow you to change oil in the middle of a championship. Thankfully. There we go. There we go. Nice and speedy here. Not too much issue, not too much problems. The other guys too busy watching the race. It's like, wow, look at all the blue smoke coming from his engine. Oh wait, he's burning oil. Crap. I wish they would stop doing that. But oh well. Oh well. Oh well. Oh well. It's crazy just how slim these vehicles are as well. Like, if you look at these compared to like the modern F1 cars, like just how much smaller they are. It's kind of adorable. I kind of miss it as well. Come on. We got this. We got this. Big push. 4 more laps. And then we tackle Laguna. That's gonna be fun. That would be pretty cool if they had a retro category with less horsepower and race safety requirements. The old cars. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Especially because like the tracks themselves are still significantly safer, so you don't necessarily need the cars to be as safe. Like, that'd be pretty fun to see. And you kind of already have that with like the historic racing and everything, but still. Hey Snow, you might be drunk now, but I'm here for the last few laps. Hey! Let's do this. Gosh, it's 4 a.m. where you're at on a Tuesday morning, buddy. Hey, I'm glad you're here though. I am glad you're here. I think I need an oil change. I do need an oil change. That is alright. 3 to go. And then we got Laguna Seca. Ow. Ow. Alright, come on. Not too much further, not too much further. Two to go. The new TGT season, every team with a quant. Ooh, nice. That's lucky too. I'm still gonna be giving it my all in TGT next season. Just out of curiosity, what tracks did you end up voting for that? Let's see Monaco and more racing games. Yeah, for real. Like, honestly, it's a shame that the license for the track is so tricky. Because I would love to see this. Like, especially like TCRs. TCRs around Monaco, I think, would be peak. TCRs around Monaco, I think, would be like the ultimate racing experience. And it would produce some really good racing. And it's just a bit of a shame that Monaco is kind of almost exclusively just an open world racing track. One other thing I'd love to see they do with Monaco is I'd love to see them turn it into a super special stage for the Monte Carlo rally. That would be so cool. Imagine seeing like rally cars drifting around like these hairpins and everything, blasting through the tunnel. That would be badass. It's the most hot lap track in the F1 gaming series. Yeah, I think it's probably the same for me, just because it's such a long, like a long runner as well. Other tracks have come and gone. Like I think this is probably like the track. Though if you count for every single racing sim, I think the track I've done the most laps at is actually Laguna Seca. I think that is the case, where it's been Lagunas. And the Park Zandvoort, Zolder, Overcard, Ulm Park, and I think Watkins. Nice. I said Spa, Zolder, Zandvoort, Silverstone, Olten, and Donington, I think. Yeah. Championship prize money! 250,000. Nice. We're not gonna get 10 million though. Sag. Alright, what car are we gonna get? What car are we gonna get? I got Damon's. Yes! We did have Damon's 94 car. That's the Williams, right? Ayo. Ooh, okay. Maybe drive that as well. But notice how it didn't say 100%. Yes! We were in the Williams. Go Williams! Go Williams! I love my Williams. I am a Williams hamster. Alright, in a sec. I'm gonna get more water, and I'll be back in a sec. So we got one more race to do. Alright, I am back. I love the F1 cars they had in GT3. Let's see them slowly coming in GT. I know! For real. Hopefully we get more open wheel racing and stuff. Over here we only got the oh, wanna know too. Yeah! The Americans and Japanese got the better end of the stick there. Yes. You know it. You know it. That's him at Wearenbrook? Yeah, I saw that. That's rough, man. That is absolutely rough. Nine the Lambo. Ooh. I mean, it's good to get a little bit of a change. It is good to have a little bit of a change. I'm probably gonna stay with the Mercedes. But I have been kind of eyeing the Aston Martin up as well. Alright, Laguna Seca, here we come. Let's do this. Last race for the night. The last race for the this playthrough. Let's have a new familiar Williams, so my better drive these cars are. Hey, base. All the eyeing is actually the Lexus. How does it feel that I've never actually really got a chance to drive properly? It's just one of those ones where it's so setup dependent that I would need like Alex Curto really kind of like setting things up for me, because he knows how to make that thing dance. But part of me does want to kind of become a piss missile in the straights, especially compared to like how the Merc is usually not particularly a top speed demon. Like that would be genuinely really cool. Oh gosh, okay, that is a dive and a half. Got the Toyota GR-GT. It looks great, honestly. I like it a lot. Lexus is great. No, swear I'm not huffing copium. Nah. I've seen a lot of people talk highly of the Lexus. It makes sense, you know? It is a very solid car. I'm tempted to just get the wheel and add the car so I want to drive and spin it. Honestly, that's kind of how I do it with the tracks in ACC. I have a wheel of different superlatives, and then I spin the wheel and then pick the tracks from those superlatives. Or even then, like, randomly pick the tracks from those superlatives. If enough tracks meet the criteria. Like this time, the wheel was spun on the 6 tracks you could encircle in the smallest possible circle on a map. Which is why so many of them are like Northern Europe and in the UK and everything. I figure like mine does affect the overall kind of like sway of the votes, but I alone am not like determining these tracks and everything, right? So like it doesn't fully matter, but it does kind of change it a little bit. And plus also it helps remove any kind of biases on my end, or at least minimize biases, so I get the most possible variety, I think. Gosh, I gotta get past this car. I'm in one of the oldest of the open wheelers, and that's in one of the newest of the open wheelers there. Turbo V6 versus naturally aspirated V10. Oh, holy crap, the turbo is crazy. The turbo going sicko mode. There we go. But yeah, I think last year, what was last year's votes for TGT? Oh, last year's votes for TGT was MotoGP tracks. Either current or former. The year prior, it was, or the season prior was like tracks that are closest to the beach. I know that was one of them. One year it landed on the oldest tracks, or at least the oldest current layout, the tracks with the oldest current layouts. I'm not talking about like reprofiling or like anything like that, you know. I'm talking or adding runoff. I'm talking about like actually like the same corners and everything like that. Like if you just look like the outline of the track from when it was, you know, when it was created to now, like when would the profile match what it is now type of deal. Which kind of excluded Indianapolis, despite it being one of the oldest tracks in the game. Or at least one of the oldest venues in the game, because the layout itself on there was created a lot later. Cars I would add to the wheel: the AMG Evo, Lexus, Lambo, Porsche, M6, really, V12, Jaguar, and NSX. Really? Okay. It's an eclectic mix. That's nice though. Honestly, this is driving pretty smoothly. Once you get used to the turbo lag, We're actually kicking butt. We should be pretty solid here. NSX Eva is kind of not that bad anymore. It's solid. I still don't particularly like it in ACC. It's very track dependent. Like I would drive it at like I would drive it at like Valencia or like Suzuka, you know, Misano. Those tracks would be pretty pleasant to drive on. I would not drive it on Zolder. Oh gosh, like Bathurst. Bathurst would be pain in it for multiple reasons. Just be slow in the straights and death on the mountains. But like, I would drive it at Silverstone. I quite enjoy it at Silverstone. Paul Ricard, while being kind of slow in the straights, I would still enjoy it there. Just because of the handling, especially if it'd be a wet race at Paul Ricard. Barcelona, it wouldn't be terrible. Imola, it'd be kind of pain. Monza, it would probably be okay-ish, but again, the speed, the lack of straight line speed would definitely kill it. Watkins Glen would be okay, I think. So I did a random generator and I picked the Lambo Evo 2. Hey, I mean that'd be a fun one to do. Very different than the Merc. I still like the Lambo though. It just takes me a little bit to get acquainted with it. To see a V10 or 80s and 97 wheel car in iRacing. Yeah, the closest thing you got to that is the two Lotuses. The 49 and the 79. Unfortunately, it's the historic racing isn't as big in sim racing, which is a little bit unfortunate. But yeah, it would be absolutely awesome. Like, I would love for more IMSA GTP and GTO cars for like that class, especially since that's starting to kind of pick up popularity now. I'd love to see them kind of go back to that and add more, like the Toyota Eagles and like the box body Mustangs and everything. Looks kind of underrated. Yeah. It's definitely gets slept on. Like the Lambo can be a good fight. I mean, to be fair, the Merc kind of gets slept on as well. Like, people don't realize just how good of a fighter the Merc is. It may not be the best for, like, single lap pace, but, like, over, like, a full-on race. Like, especially if you're ahead and you're defending, you can basically be an iron wall and do it legally as well. Which is something that, you know, not every car can do. Because you can basically park it on the apexes and then use the massive torque to then like pull away. And it's giga. Because you can back opponents up into each other, have them fight each other. I've done that a couple times at like Suzuka with Marcel Sux and Sasha Deshkov. I've, you know, it's great. It may not be the best, like, in terms of the sheer, like, you know, lap time, but it is genuinely great for, like, overall, like, battling and everything like that. And on the flip side, it is great when you're kind of offline and you want to get like a cutback or, you know, use that acceleration out of a corner to really pass an opponent and make a move. Like, it is genuinely great for battling. Oh gosh. One of those classic car racing's good what it does, but sim racing would be awesome. Yeah! the members meeting and everything like that. That would be so cool. That would be absolutely that'd be absolutely amazing. Okay. This isn't good. This isn't good. I have made a mistake. I have massively made a mistake. Okay, next, we're pitting on lap 19. And then 20, 28. Because this is... The car becomes undrivable at 10 laps in. We're gonna lose so much time to second place. How much GT non-competitive class would be awesome to have more? Yes! Especially because you can then like pull like historic events and everything like that. Like you get more special events for like the lesser used cars. People might eventually start enjoying them and everything. Unfortunately, they don't drive them because they don't really have a reason to. And then like because people don't drive them, you don't really have like the events for them. And it's a bit of a shame. That's why I would genuinely love more endurance events that feature like the TCR cars. One, I love TCRs. It's probably one of my favorite classes in iRacing. And two, because like I don't know. It needs more love. It needs more love. Yeah. Okay. So we are down a little bit of time. We gotta catch back up. We will. But it's gonna be a little bit tough. I forgot just how much of a difference the newer versus the older F1 cars in this game have. So I might go over TCR League with success in at least one way. I mean, it is a genuinely fun car to drive. I think the biggest issue was kind of some of the tracks. Especially the Charlotte. No offense, but holy moly. Whoever designed the death chicane at Charlotte 2018, I think they need to go to the John Cleland's back rooms. No, like I genuinely enjoy racing TCRs. I love the cars. I love how they handle. But I mean, I've always loved front-wheel drive vehicles and everything. Just because that's the most experience I have with like sporty and kind of high-performance driving IRL. As a lot of my friends had, tuned up front-wheel drive. Front-wheel drive, sport compact cars, like your Golfs, your Civics and everything. Some CRXs, some, even a couple of, the high performance, of, the Neons, the SRT4s and that type of stuff. Like, genuinely, those types of vehicles. I got a chance to drive a decent amount of those. And, so, that's kind of, the most, IRL, outside of karting, it's the most IRL, sport performance, driving I have done. To the bag of holding you go, no! Joke's on you, I am also carrying a bag of holding. Put me in the bag of holding if you want. I'm with hosting a league with iRacing. Track is we mostly have to use free trucks instead of Haywoods. Yeah. And also, some people just aren't ready for iRacing. That's the biggest fear I have with the V-Track going to iRacing is, as someone who's raced against a lot of those people in ACC, which is more forgiving with regards to damage and all that stuff, I'm a little bit scared for how a couple of the turn ones are gonna go for the iRacing league, version of the league. If you use any track in the sim for the league, could have a different calendar. Yeah, for sure. Although Laguna Sega may have been a good replacement for Charlotte, I think. Laguna is a great TCR course. Eye crashing. A little bit. Just a little bit. Wondered what 6 tracks I would use. Probably could have used any track for all 6 rounds. Is this so with the VTCR, the touring cars? I'm guessing probably another British BTCC track would be in it. Maybe like Donington or like... Yeah, probably like Donington, I think, would probably be one of them, because that's just like a great track in general. Donington is just peak. I love racing it in GT3s, I love racing it in GT4s, I love racing it in TCRs, in the M2s, like all of that. It is peak. So I'm saying I'm putting money on Donington being added in there for the touring cars. But what are your 6 tracks? Alright, we're getting close to the halfway point, actually. Nice and easy. There we go, nice and smooth for the hairpins. They're gonna be pitting probably at the end of next lap. I think. Dude, that's highly likely. We silly got this. We got the smoothness of the corners. Yeah, tires are starting to fade away a little bit. We got this. We got this, chat. Boop. Alright, yeah. So end of lap 19, I think, is when we're going to pit. End of this lap is when the guy behind us is going to pit. We've got good pace so far. Basically around just over a minute. Yep, there we go. They're pitting in. No issues, no issues. Absolutely no issues. Ooh, a little spicy in the corkscrew. Little spicy in the corkscrew, but we're good. We are absolutely golden. Right, lap 19 we're pitting. There we go. Clear air gonna be ahead of us. I'm not super worried about this. There we go. And out of the pits. Let's roll. Order of Ran. Laguna Seca, great choice. Okayama, solid. Hockenheim, not bad. Naku, makes sense. Tsukuba, VIR, and Mugello Short. Interesting choices, okay. What would I have run? I definitely agree with the Laguna Sega. If I were to pick 6 tracks to run a TCR series, it'd be Laguna Seca, Donington, probably Nürburgring GP. Yeah, Tsukuba is great for that. I think though anything fast in a GT4 though it probably isn't great. The Formula E at Tsukuba would be great. Yeah, I'll add Tsukuba as well. So that's what, 4. And then what else? What else? What else? What else? I bet you but I would have loved Twin Mategi. Yeah, that one will be pretty good. I mean, I get what we got at Daytona. Daytona makes sense because it's, you know, around the 24 hours of Daytona and everything. It makes sense as a budget option. But Le Mans, I don't think Le Mans is that great for like sprint races. You're not really doing that many laps. Le Mans is kind of better for enduros. The sprint, the choice for the Le Mans was a little interesting. They're gonna say like a middle. Ooh, middle high would be a good one. Valencia, Slovakia Ring. Oh, Rudskogen. I would add Rudskogen as well. Rudskogen is genuinely great for TCRs. I've raced there in TCRs, in iRacing. That one is genuinely just really, really good. Rudskogen is great. I know that one's a free track, but honestly, that one lends itself well to good touring car racing, I think. Which is it because it's a popular track. Would have loved something quicker like Bravo and Park. Pace. don't know. GT America's raced there. IndyCar can race there. GT3s could definitely have raced there very easily. IRL anyway. Like that's not a bad choice at all. I would definitely be down on that. I know for the two choices I did for the paid tracks, just to give the best chance of succeeding, was Daytona and Interlagos, as I figured those two would be tracks that people would, one, genuinely provide good racing on, and two, people have some level of familiarity with. Remember the skill band of everyone at V-Track though. Fair. I mean, Barber's not... I don't want to say it's not difficult. Oh, Adelaide. I'll be honest, I've not really done too many, like, city street courses in racing sims. But given the fact that I'm genuinely quite quick at Indy Road Course, which basically feels like a city street track, with a lot of its, you know, 90-degree third-gear corners, and fairly low grip racing surface, I think I'd do okay on city street circuit tracks. I want Jorbin's iRacing V-Track calendar if I was in charge. Sure. I'll begin thinking of mine as well. We're gonna be pitting on lap 28. I'm excited for the Lamborghini. Yeah, get a little bit of different car to kind of, you know, help kind of make you a better roll around a driver and everything. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the next TGT season. Hopefully we get some good participation after the, you know, the new year and everything. Motorsports Park, good choice. Adelaide, Twin Motegi, Road America, Mugello, and Mosswood. Not a bad selection. Though if I were to critique it at all, I feel like Twin Motegi and Road America would feel very similar in how they drive. Maybe that's just a me thing. But the sheer number of like the square right corners with the long straights and everything, I feel like those two you would get a lot of sameness feeling. Road Atlanta might be the better choice, I think, for a good mix. Messed up cars for full season out of the mark since 2020. Nice. So this is something new then. I think if I were to pick, it would be Daytona, because you gotta get the Roval uniqueness. Road Atlanta, just kind of for the roller coaster vibe and everything like that. And it does lend itself fairly well to good sprint racing. Especially with the last laps kind of like switchbacks and everything into chicane. Into Lagos. Because again, you get some really good GT3 racing there. It's a track that like pretty much everyone knows, or at least is vaguely familiar with. Then Adelaide would probably be good, again, because it's a new track. Also, to get a city street course variety in there. I'd still say Donington Park. I genuinely like Donington Park. Like, even in GT3s, Donington Park is a great track. So I put Donington Park up there. That's what, 5? And then what else? What else? Maybe Fuji. Fuji would be a good one as well. Getting those high-speed drafting battles down the main straight. I think that would be a good mix. Good mix of F1 tracks, WEC tracks, IMSA tracks, all around the world. What a cool thought of Adelaide, 1995. Yeah, sometimes when it activates auto drive, it forgets to actually brake and steer. So sometimes you gotta like actually brake before the auto drive enables, so it can like think. Angel C looks like an interesting track as well. Angel C? What is Angel C? Oh, that's a little bit too much cornering. Alright, 4 more laps to go for the last race of Gran Turismo 3, of our playthrough Gran Turismo 3. It's at one of my favorite tracks in this game as well. I'm okay with this. Anglesey? I have to look up that track after this race. Anglesey. They weren't lying. That Anglesey really can do the thing. Anglesey. It is a sea of angles. You got right angles, 80-degree angles, obtuse angles. It's in Wales. So there's a sea of angles in Wales. You would have thought there would have been a sea of fish in Wales instead, but no. Apparently the Jonah been doing a lot of geometry and trigonometry. Oh gosh. Why am I like this? Oh gosh. We saved it! We saved it! Could be worse, Pocono with all the second gear here, but oh gosh. Look, I like Pocono. I genuinely think that track is like genuinely haunted. Just from the sheer amount of like crazy stuff I've seen happen there. But the road course, oh my gosh, that is terrible. Who thought that that was a good idea? Who thought that that was a good idea? Like, yeah, so much space as well. Love for trying also car air IndyCar. Oh, for real, those would be super cool to drive. Especially around a historic track like Laguna. More like Road America. Like that would be absolutely amazing. Holy moly. So at this stage, the current IndyCar is an old school IndyCar. I hope they update the chassis sometime soon. They're gonna curse tracks Avis. Yeah. No, I mean like in terms of like, I genuinely think Pocono is haunted. Like people talk about the Talladega curse and everything, but like genuinely, Pocono, and this is someone who's been to Pocono as well, Pocono kind of scares the living shit out of me. Just a little bit. Like, I feel like that track is actually haunted. Chassis is 14 years old already. I know. Granted, I've not been to Talladega, so I don't know the vibe with Talladega, but like, I don't know. I've been to quite a few tracks, and just Pocono, like even being at Pocono kind of scares me a little. I still like going. Pocono kind of scares me a little bit. Like, no, it's only 8 years old next year. Well, kind of. The aero package and everything is 8 years old, but it's still based off of the DW12. The Air 18 is mostly just the new aero package and everything. Oh boy. Off the bed. Alright, take care. Gosh, $9.8 million. Wouldn't be nice if that was real. There we go, simulation mode all complete. Base, another vehicle. And then 100%. Another open wheel! They're giving us all the open wheel cars. Lovely. Holy moly! We have done it, chat! We have done it! 100%. Holy moly. 337 wins. Is that the total number of like actual like races in this game? Congrats. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We have done it. And I am super excited about that. Holy moly. Oh man. This has been a journey. Just want to know that 100% GT3 any Gran Turismo game I know. I know, but like honestly, this isn't even the first time I've 100%ed it. This is like the 6th or 7th time I've 100%ed this game. I genuinely love Gran Turismo 3. But yes, we have done it. And I'm gonna make sure I save. And then we're gonna be ending the stream as it is getting late. Thank you all so much for watching, everyone. I do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the stream, please make sure you leave a like, subscribe. Let me know what you're doing well in the comments down below. If you didn't like the stream, please let me know what police can fix that in the future. With that being said, I've been Isaac Umbras, and wherever you're in the world, whatever time it is for you, 6, 7, oh gosh. Anyway, thank you everybody. Bye bye. Wow.